YouTube? It's your boy Buzzyman. I'm coming back at y'all with another reaction video, man. Today we got the newest NBA gambling scandal is insane. If y'all don't know, Malik Beasley from the Detroit Pistons have been accused of sports betting. You know what I'm saying? Like throwing games, covering spreads, this and that. Basically trying to make profit within the gambling scene, which is very well, I don't know if that's illegal. I think it is illegal actually. I mean, for him to actually be in the sport and doing that. But I know if it's not illegal, it's definitely against the NBA conduct. So, with that being said, man, let's go and see what's going on with him, man.
Says the U.S. Attorney's Office is investigating Malik Beasley on allegations of gambling related to NBA games and prop bets. Damn. Pistons fans
ain't
like,
gonna lie,
no,
Malik
you were
Beasley done
amazing
definitely sold
for
the
us
shit out of
last
me a
year.
few times.
Why would you do this? It's like a player choosing to
He
go
on
to a
my
different
no
team.
bet
Except
list,
that
and he
different
definitely
team
on that
is
motherfucker
jail.
now.
But is this even legit? I mean, how sketchy is this Malik Beasley game film? You better believe that we know at least one game Bees is being investigated for, and we have some spicy clips. But to be fair, Malik's lawyer says,
bro, I mean, like, it's
investigation is
nothing
not
wrong
a
with having a
charge.
bad game,
Malik is
bro, but,
afforded
like,
the same right of the presumption
know,
of
bro.
innocence as anyone else under the U.S. Constitution, and he's right. We don't know if Beasley did this, but people jumped on him quick. Why? Well, let's just say old Malik ain't exactly a Boy Scout. In 2020, for example, on the T-Wolves, he pled
been in the
guilty
league
to
for a
something
little
called
minute, fam.
threats of violence and was sentenced to 4 months in jail. So what is threats of violence? Well, he pointed a gun at a car outside his house. Then when cops came, they found narcotics in his home with guns, including stolen guns. Sounds like a solid dude. So of course he did this, but hold up.
You're an
Let's
NBA
actually
player
check
with
the tape.
stolen guns
Now,
in your
Malik
shit,
has
fam.
been on
What are you
5
doing?
teams in 4 years, which maybe speaks to his locker room presence. But in Minnesota, he signed a 4-year, $60 million contract. Why would a guy with that kind of money need to gamble? Well, the gravy train ran out in LA in 2023. After a terrible season, the Lakers did not pick up his team option for $16.5 million. Then he went out to get a similar number, but he couldn't find one. So he ended up signing 1 year, $2 million on the Bucks. And I am sorry, a 90%
That's a lot of money still,
pay cut
bro.
hurts anybody, okay? We know the stats about
That's a lot
NBA
of
players
fucking
going
money, bro.
broke after their
$2
career.
million?
Why? Because they start spending like it'll never run out, and then millionaires start living paycheck to paycheck. Now, I'm not saying that Beasley lived like this.
I'm be real, bro.
but
The
it
most
would
scariest
establish
thing,
a
bro,
motive.
is having money, bro,
Now,
and not know
before we
what to
get
do
to
with
this
that
game
shit, bro.
tape, good news. Beasley set up for a 3-year, $42 million deal with Detroit because dude was so good for them last year. As a solid vet, he hit
And I thought Malik
319
Beasley pretty had like a straight year, right?
Best
with the Detroit
season
Pistons.
in NBA history. Easily set the Detroit franchise record, but guess what? Those talks are on pause. He made
Bruh, if
just
he
funded
actually
a
was
$42
like
million bag
betting on
for
himself and
maybe a
shit like
couple
that
of
in the
thousand,
games, like that shit actually
or
is
did
crazy,
he?
bro.
Now there is one
Shit,
clip
he at least
going
could've told
around the
me.
internet where Beasley comically lets Tyrese Halliburton blow by him.
Facts.
And that seriously does look suspicious. Like, it looks like he's trying to let Hallie go by him on purpose. But
Yeah,
that
I'm gonna be
wouldn't
real right
affect
there,
his
like, what
own
the fuck was
props.
you
That's
doing?
just terrible defense. Then there's this play to end the Pistons season where dude straight fumbles a potential game-tying bucket.
That
But
was
the most
crazy right there,
suspicious
too.
to me
But
by
I mean, bro,
far
anybody could have
is
dropped the
this.
pass, bro.
5 seconds left in a near blowout. Beasley goes coast to coast like it's a game 7, and that bucket made the Wolves cover the spread. That is insane. However, the investigation isn't from any of those games. It's from the 2024 season only, and specifically January 31st, 2024, with the Bucks. The team was in Portland,
so it's not even
and
some
it was
shit
the
that happened
Damian
recently?
Lillard return game to the Blazers. Do you know what kind of guts you'd have to try to fix your own props on a national TV ESPN game? That is insane. So odds for Malik Beasley rebounds under 2.5
Damn.
cratered from plus 120 to minus 250 before the game. That's like going from, he probably won't hit the under, to he is definitely hitting the under. Somebody knew something. One sportsbook was forced to move those odds because such big bets came in on Malik Beasley unders. Weird. But here's the thing. Those bets lost. Beasley ended up with 6 rebounds. It wasn't even close. And look at these rebounds. The man is fighting hard to grab them. I mean, I could see maybe if 6 rebounds just fell into his lap, but that is effort. So you look through all of his box scores that year, and he didn't have any mysterious early exit games like Jontay Porter did to cash his props.
So he did that shit so he could boost his money. Hey, but that shit really smart as hell.
Authorities can give us more to go on. I just don't see a reason that this dude is guilty.
But did he lose money though?
He's like a great dude. I mean, I don't even know him. But this is a huge allegation, one that gets you kicked out of the NBA for life. They need to give us something. I mean, the Jontay Porter games were obvious. And remember what Shams announced was a sports book said things look shady. So they told the FBI, and the FBI is investigating. That's it. But just because things look shady doesn't mean they are. For example, remember how Terry Rozier was being investigated? Remember that? Notice how we haven't heard anything about that? Yeah, because he was never charged, still to this day. And the NBA investigated Terry and cleared him of any wrongdoing.
Damn.
So technically, we have still only had one NBA gambling scandal. That was Jontay Porter. And how did they actually bust Jontay? Well, it started the same, right? A sportsbook noticed weird betting patterns, and in this case, it was DraftKings. A guy placed a Jontay Porter prop parlay to win big. See, that's the thing with props, right? They have such small limits that the most you could bet on is like $2,000, which wouldn't make sense for an NBA player to risk. But these same game parlays let one guy take Jontay points, rebounds, assists, and threes, and he made $85,000 on a single win. And they might have gotten away with it too. Instead, a few months later, the same two men walked into a DraftKings again and got real greedy. They heavily bet on Jontay Porter, and the slip they put in would have netted over $1 million.
I'm gonna be real.
What were they thinking?
I would have just
First
betted
of all,
on
you
bro
already
like
got away
once
stealing
a year.
$85,000 from these people. Jontay Porter props is suspicious enough, but then you go and do it again. So DraftKings did not pay them out, reported to the FBI, who investigated. They got the men's cell phones, and in a Telegram chat, oh, they found Jontay Porter. Hit unders for the big numbers. I told co-conspirator 2, no blocks, no steals. I'm gonna play the first 2-3 minute stint off the bench. When I get subbed out, I'll tell my eyes killing me again. Oh, they caught Jontay red-handed. And sure enough, he told the Raptors his eye was hurting, and he subbed out props cash.
Like, bro, if you know
so
you
not
doing
only did the sportsbook notice weird betting activity,
don't do
sent it to the FBI, but the FBI caught the bettors and then had electronic evidence that the NBA player was in on it. And it turns out Jontay was in deep debt to these shady bookies, and he was trying to pay them back with these tips. Now, you would think if that was the case for Terry Rozier or Malik Beasley, we would find out, but so far, nothing. I will say that Wolves clip where he's hustling to cover the spread is really weird, but that happened when he was making more money than ever in the NBA. So it's not clear. All we know is just because Beasley is not the most upstanding citizen in his personal life does not mean he's guilty, because so far, this case looks pretty weak. Just Sportsbook notices something weird and reports it. That's it. But if you do want a deep dive on the official NBA betting scandal that we actually did have, the Jontay Porter case, check it out. The Beasley game film, not that bad. Oh, Porter's game film, a smoking gun that he was fixing NBA games and now was banned from the game for life.
Damn. Hey, man. To be real with y'all, I don't really think Malik Beasley is like fixing games and shit. But I'm gonna be real, bro. Like I just said, it's 2025, bro. You can't pitch shit past nobody. I can't sit here and say, oh, this nigga not gonna do that, or he wouldn't do. I don't know him personally, you know what I mean? And how much to anyone, how much money is enough money, bro? You know what I'm saying? Like, it never could be enough money. It's always everybody gonna always want to make more and more. Like, so I don't know, bro. Anyways, bro, if y'all enjoyed that video, man, make sure y'all hit that like, comment, subscribe, man. We out, bro.